Hey Zen fam, it's me. I'm going to attempt to do the Stranding trailer, give my thoughts and reviews on it, and this video should hopefully be within the confines of fair use, considering I'm here in the middle of the image, so I'm substantially changing it and I've shrunk it down. So, this is really strange stuff. I've watched this a few times. I wanted to get a bit of time to watch this a few times and try and wrap my head around it and give more concise views over this. So yeah, here we are, Mads Nicholson saying stuff to we think might be one of the babies, who will now be found out to be called bridge babies. So we got bridge babies, we got Sam Bridges, we got this kick-ass bike. At least that's what, it's not really a bike though. If you look at the front of it, it's got two wheels, so it's basically sort of like a trike, but the steering is done with two, to obviously for greater traction. Now you saw there that appears to be the president, because that was easily the Oval Office, but the seal was gone and replaced with the Bridges Company logo, which we'll see again later. There's the bike thing again. Now I think this bike is going to prove to be an important story point. There's the Bridges logo, see? Because if you remember one of the previous trailers, we saw what appeared to be a bike-like vehicle falling off a cliff edge, and Sam Bridges going, "Ah!" So there is the Bridges logo. Yeah, so obviously this is something deep underground, the Bridges place. Possibly part of the Secret Service. Maybe it's like a branch of, who knows? Maybe America's finally gone completely corporate and Bridges owns everything, including the presidency, and maybe it's a company state. Maybe the idea of America is completely gone. Maybe that's not the only reason why America is said to be not worth doing anything with anymore, because it doesn't technically exist. But these mechanics here are beautiful. The ladder we just saw, fantastic. The textures, the facial expressions, it's just, oh my god. This game is ridiculously pretty. It's like, I mean, look at the way the rain is. I mean, we saw how Hideo Kojima dealt with rain in Sons of Liberty. It's one of the things he loves to try and do is push the envelope when it comes to environmental effects. And this is a licky. Obviously, guy trying to be all powerful over a woman. I love this stealth mechanic here. There's crap coming. It's like, so make yourself invisible in the grass. Although I don't know why he took a bolt for it. You think he'd go the other direction and try and get around these guys, but then again, that probably wouldn't make for a very dramatic video. And these sort of, like electrical stun sort of sticks. It's like, they look like they're not to be messed with. It looks to see like Sam here is able to like lay down the smackdown when he has to. It's like these combat mechanics really. There's the bike again. What, trike? And it seems that all the vehicles at this time have these separate sort of electrical powered independent wheel systems. So the engine itself is inside the wheels, so that might prove to be an interesting tech. And now we know more about these babies. Apparently there's possibly more than one of them. And like, so yeah, that's interesting. But obviously there's politics at play because there's a separatist group. There's history at play. There's the idea of how time binds us, and how time is the measure of everything. You know, because this is just going to be so trippy. And I love how we see like almost no HUD. So I'm thinking that maybe like the wee thing on your shoulder is part of your HUD. And I think also environmental effects. And I think we'll probably get like screen hazing and blood drops and stuff. And I think the environment itself will be the HUD. I think Kojima's really trying to do something new and different here. So this is like a first person view, which just seems strange somehow, and maybe you could switch your view. I can't imagine wanting to, but maybe that's an important part of it. And Mads Mikkelsen just looking all black and oily and creepy and weird. And the way these soldiers disappear. It's like, is this even real? I mean, it looks like World War One, but then the game seems to be set in our future, so it's all like, what the? But the level of technology is beautiful, and like, I love how you see different hairstyles and different levels of facial growth on Sam Bridges' face. So obviously, this is going to span a long period of time. Could be months, could be years, inside this world and finding out what's going on. It's obviously super deep and super weird, and I am excited. I mean, I've been watching since this game was first coming out, like we all have, and I was going, yeah, this might be alright. I'll have a look when it comes out. I might even borrow it off a mate. You know what? After everything I've seen in this trailer, combined it with all the other trailers as well, I think I'm buying this. I really honestly think I'm buying this. And I love how we've got, you know, the exoskeleton tech. That was never shown to us before. We saw it, but we never really made sense of it. And now we see it's actually an integral part of it. So maybe you have to maintain your exoskeleton. Maybe you got to fix it. Maybe you got to like upgrade it. You know, because that's how you're able to carry these immensely heavy loads over long expanses of American wasteland. There's a lot packed in here, and this is so apocalypse now. I love this. This is so cool. And then you get like the dead soldier dudes beside Mads, his character, if they are dead, if they're even real. And it's like the way it manifests the cigarette to light. He doesn't light it. He tells it to light. He's almost like it's pyrokinetic. Wow, man, that's just so crazy. And when it comes up in a second, when he throws the fag into the water, or the oil water or whatever, and it sets everything ablaze except him and his troops. That's crazy. It's almost like butane, because you see the colour of the flame isn't the normal orangey yellowiness you get of normal flames. There's other colours in that fire. That's kind of wild. Which makes me think it's gaseous as well, because fuel spilt on the ground, if you throw a lit cigarette into it, it doesn't light like it does in the movies. It doesn't. This looks like, you know, one of the horrible more death scenes. You go into it and look at, you see Sam's facial hair there, it looks different to every other point. I think there's seriously interesting things afoot in this game. And this obviously must be before Mads goes completely dark side here. He's obviously must have been like a scientist working for the British Foundation or company or state or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'm just pulling stuff at the air here, but yeah, this is exciting stuff, and I definitely, very definitely want to see more. Sorry that the other video was so rambly and long. I ran out of time. I just want to get it up. Anyway, guys, you know the drill. Rate, favourite, comment, share, subscribe, and of course, as always, I nae bother.